Your purchasing team wants the vendor name to appear before the material number on the purchase order screen. Simple request, right? But the developer backlog is 8 weeks long, so the business waits. Meanwhile, someone builds a workaround in a spreadsheet, and now you have living outside your SAP system. This is the exact problem key user extensibility solves. In the next 6 minutes, you will learn how SAP lets trained business users customize Fiori apps themselves. No ABAP, no developer ticket, no 8-week wait. And you will learn how to govern it so those customizations do not turn into Key user extensibility is SAP's strategy for empowering business users to make controlled changes to Fiori apps without writing code. Think of it as a sandbox where functional experts can rearrange fields, add custom data, and personalize the launchpad, all within guardrails that IT defines. There are 5 main capabilities. Adapt UI lets you rearrange, hide, or rename fields on any Fiori Elements app. Custom fields via the Adaptation Interface Framework, or AIF, lets you add entirely new data fields to business objects. App Variant Management lets you save and share pre-configured versions of an app. CDS Metadata Extensions let you surface custom fields in Fiori Elements without modifying the original CDS view. And Manage Launchpad Settings let key users adjust tiles, groups, and spaces without basis involvement. Let us start with the most commonly used capability, Apptivation. You activate it by pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus A in any Fiori Elements app, or by clicking the user icon and selecting Adapt UI. This puts the app into edit mode, where you can drag fields to new positions, hide columns you do not need, rename labels, and add fields from the underlying OData service that are not shown by default. Here's what makes it safe. Changes made through Apt UI do not touch the application code. They are stored as a delta. You can create changes scoped to yourself, to a specific role, or to all users, and IT can review, approve, or revoke any adaptation at any time through the Manage App Variants app. The key mental model is decoration, not construction. You are decorating the app, not rebuilding it. Sometimes rearranging existing fields is not enough. You need a custom field. The Custom Fields app, built on the Adaptation Interface Framework, lets key users add fields to supported business objects like sales order, purchase order, or business partner. You define the field name, data type, and label directly in the browser. Behind the scenes, SAP generates an append structure on the database table and extends the CDS view automatically. The field then appears in the Fiori Elements UI, in OData APIs, and even in analytical reports, all without a single ABAP. The catch is that SAP publishes a list of extensible objects in the Extensibility Explorer on the SAP Business Technology Platform. Always check this list before promising a key user that they can add a field. App variants let you save a pre-configured version of a Fiori app. Think of it as a shortcut. For example, you might create a variant of the Manage Purchase Orders app that pre-filters to your plant, hides columns the team never uses, and sorts by delivery date. You publish this variant as a separate tile on the Launchpad, so your team gets a one-click tailored experience. CDS metadata extensions take this further. If you have custom fields added through AIF, you use a CDS metadata extension to annotate those fields with UI-specific metadata, labels, positioning, value helps, and field groups. This is the bridge between the database-level custom field and its appearance in Fiori Elements apps. It is a thin ABAP development tools artifact, often created by a key user with minimal developer coaching. The final piece is the Launchpad itself. With the Manage Launchpad Settings app, authorized key users can create and modify spaces and pages, rearrange sections, add tiles, and configure dynamic content.
This means the purchasing team lead can set up a page with all relevant apps, KPI tiles, and links without opening a basis ticket. The governance rule here is simple. Key users manage spaces. They can add tiles from the catalog, but cannot create new catalogs, new target mappings, or new OData service registrations. That separation keeps the Launchpad stable while giving business teams ownership of their workspace layout.
Empowerment without governance creates a different kind of chaos. Here are 4 guardrails every organization should enforce. First, define a key user role with limited scope. Use a PFCG role that grants adaptation rights only for specific app IDs and business catalogs, not a blanket adapt everything permission. Second, require a namespace for app variants and custom fields. Prefix everything with a Z or a namespace so you can distinguish business customizations from delivered content. Third, establish a review process. Quarterly, the Fiori Center of Excellence should audit all active adaptations using the Manage App Variants app and retire any that are unused or redundant. Fourth, document the line of demarcation between key user changes and developer changes. If a customization requires a new OData service, a custom controller extension, or backend logic, it exits the key user lane and enters the developer backlog. Make that boundary explicit in your operating model. Here is your 3-step starter plan. Step 1. Identify 3 to 5 power users in your organization who understand both the business process and the Fiori app. These are your candidate key users. Step 2. Grant them the Adapt UI role in a sandbox system and let them practice with low-risk apps like display-only reports. Step 3. Draft a 1-page governance charter that defines naming conventions, review cadence, and the boundary between key user and developer changes. Start small, govern early, and scale from there.